What's going on, guys? Out here today at Andrew's house, we're going to be working on the power steering rack on a Z32. So the main issue that I've been noticing is when I'm actually driving the car is when I'm in drift, we are running into like a wheel hop, a wheel wobble kind of thing. So everyone was like, dude, your wheel's about to fall off. Or, I mean, anything. They just said it just wasn't, it didn't look right. It looked like it was either like a wheel bearing or the inner, the outer, whatever, this and that. Come to find out, when we actually jacked the car up at the event, we actually moved the wheel around and the whole entire rack was moving. So the bushings are shot. Probably due to the fact that when we actually had the angle kit was putting the rack at full extension, and that was just placing stress on the rack, which caused an issue on the car. We actually did go, and I was lucky enough to get these actually at Advanced close to my house. It was just the last set of rack bushings for the Z. They had them, it was like the last one in the warehouse or whatnot, so that was pretty crazy how I lucked out to get these shipped today, get them today, and be able to do this today. So pretty sweet. But so we're gonna swap these out, and we're gonna go actually get the rack that Mark hooked me up with. All right, guys, so we got the car jacked up. So I was just talking with Andrew, and also his car is out right now getting his exhaust done. So so that's the reason why the Z's in here right now. But we got the car jacked up. So now what we need to do, okay? So this is what I did. I set up the jack stands on the frame rails on each side. Then I also have the jack on the cross member, like the front subframe here. So what we need to do is unbolt the outer from the knuckle. And then we also need to unbolt the tension rod, and then the lower from the knuckle. And then what we'll be able to do is we'll do the motor mount bolts. So the motor mount bolts are under here. Here's your motor mount bolt. So this is your outer inner going into the rack, and then there's your motor mount bolt. So we have to do that on this side, this is on the driver's side, and then we'll also have to do it on the passenger side. So to see, I have solid motor mounts, so this right here. So that's what we're gonna need to unbolt. We're gonna keep the top obviously bolted into the motor, because all we wanna do is be able to drop this down while the motor's supported. So doing that, what we're gonna do is we're gonna get another jack. So this jack is holding the subframe up, so all we're gonna do is lower the subframe just a bit so we can actually get to the power steering rack. And then we're gonna have the motor supported with another jack with blocks of wood. So we're not gonna put a lot of pressure on the oil pan. We're gonna try to displace the pressure by putting blocks of wood down. And even if something better that you could do, because this is basically center mass of the motor, there's also a point here where you can put another jack stand right here where the transmission mounts up to the motor. And that'll also help with displacing the pressure, so not all the weight of the motor is on the jack with the wood, so we're not actually like pushing in the oil pan. All right, guys, so I got everything disconnected from each side now. So a little trick about getting your outers out of the knuckle, all you have to really do is grab a hammer, okay? You're gonna grab a hammer, and when these are actually in the knuckle, you don't wanna hit this top part, because you'll basically mushroom out this and it'll mess up the threads and whatnot. All you gotta do is, Andrew showed me, you just hit the bottom metal part here a couple times with this right on the side. So all you would do is hit like the side right here like this, and it literally brings itself out by itself. So pretty neat little trick I learned from Andrew today. But yeah, so now what you want to do, so this moves freely now. So your whole hub assembly, your knuckle moves freely. So your lower is out, your inner and outer is out, and then my tension rod is taken off also, just to give me room and clearance. So now what we're gonna do is do this on the other side, which I already did, so everything's disconnected. So now we're gonna do the motor mount bolts, and then from the motor mount bolts, we're gonna work towards the actual subframe bolts. Alrighty, guys, so as you can see now, I got the motor mount nuts taken off. So now basically all we gotta do is go around and take out all these guys. So all the actual subframe bolts. So this guy, that guy, there's gonna be a couple in here, and then another one on the other side that looks like this. So we're gonna take out those four. Hey guys, so back on the driver's side now. So I have the jack stand in that spot right on the transmission. We're not jacking anything up yet, and I still haven't loosened the subframe bolts yet, just due to the fact that I wanna get to the actual steering knuckle. And you're going to want to unbolt the steering knuckle so you can slide it off of the actual power steering rack. And then I ran a couple of my lines like for my like oil pressure and oil temp. It's kind of like zip tied to the power steering rack, so I'm gonna have to just cut these zip ties and kind of clean these out, get these out of the way so I don't like pull on them or anything like that. So that's another step that I have to add on to right now. Okay guys, so I got the steering joint off of the actual power steering rack. I just put the bolt back in the place so I didn't lose it, and I just backed it off to the side. So now what we're gonna do is unplug this plug that's coming off to there. And then what we're going to do after that is we're actually going to unbolt these two lines here, the banjo bolts here, so it'll actually disconnect the lines from the power steering rack. So you just want to make sure that you have something here on the ground that's going to be catching all the power steering fluid once we crack those open. But once we crack those open, that's when we'll start supporting the oil pan and the transmission. So as you guys see, I unplugged that plug, and now I'm just having the two lines basically drain out, bleed out into a pan. So once that's kind of, done and it's not really leaking anymore, then we'll actually start working on the actually like supporting everything like the oil pan and transmission and such. So after undoing that one plug and releasing those two lines from the rack, there's also one more plug that's actually intertwined like in the same loom as the other one that we disconnected. It's actually right there is the second one. It looks like this. So the first one looks like the one actually on the rack, and then this one is the second one that you're going to need to get off. So once you disconnect that, you'll actually be able to pull out the entire rack. So we disconnected already. If I can show you, we've disconnected these two lines already. So the bigger one, the smaller one, disconnected this. So we're gonna disconnect that second power line, and then we've already done the U-joint, and basically that's it. Then we'll be able to actually pull out the rack itself. So as you guys can see, basically I took off this bracket now. So this bracket is what holds your bushing on, and these two bolts are the two bolts that we actually just took out. So one is from the front of the subframe, one is from the back of the subframe. And this could be the reason why I have so much play in the rack. Just the fact that this is literally how I pulled it out. It's shot. So I'm pretty sure the other side's pretty shot. I'm gonna pull that one out right now and show you guys. But yeah, that's pretty bad. We took off each bracket on each side and the bushings out on each side. You're gonna find out that you can't like slide the rack through the driver's side because there's not enough clearance between the motor and the rack. So this is why now you need to actually stabilize the transmission and jack up the motor just a little bit and drop the subframe just a little bit. How you're gonna drop the subframe is that there's bolts on each side here. So I can get you on the other side too. So there and there, and then that's going to be on each side. So there's going to be 4 of them on each. So 2 here and then 2 on the driver's side. So yeah, so basically that's what you're going to do now. So before you start lowering the actual subframe, like I said, you're going to want to stabilize the motor up just a little bit. Here's I have the jack moved from the subframe now under the oil pan, with being supported by those couple like 2x4s and piece of wood on the bottom. And then I also have the jack stand with the training tunnel. And then what I started to do is go around and loosen up the bolts from the actual subframe that I showed you guys before. And now I can actually move this pretty freely. So right now what I'm gonna do is try to slide this out towards me now. I just pushed it towards the other way, but I'm gonna slide it out towards me now, towards the driver's side, and it should come right out. And she's out. Pretty wild, pretty crazy. What's crazy is I thought there was a bushing on this side, and there is no bushing at all. It's gone, non-existent. So that's pretty wild. But so that's probably why I had play in the rack. So like I said, is when we were checking everything out, when we had like, when we would like kind of shake the wheel or whatnot, we would, the whole entire rack would shake, not just the outer or the inner, which this inner is pretty shot. This one I don't think is bad. Yeah, this one's not as bad. This one is pretty shot. But going off of that, this definitely was the issue alone. Like, the rack had a lot of play. So the bushings definitely came into play with that. But also the reason why we are swapping this one out is because when I would actually turn the car or turn the wheel, I would hear like a clunking noise also. So that could have been because of the bushings, but ultimately I don't think so. I think that the inside of the rack is just shot too. So I know that this rack is good from Mark. It's a good working in order rack. So I'm basically just gonna take my inners with the rack spacers, take them off, put them on the new one, and then pop that bad boy back in. Okay guys, so Andrew and I put my old inners and outers back into the rack with the spacers. So remember that if you are using the spacers, the Power Trick spacers, you want to make sure that the little thin spacer here, like washer, goes on the driver's side, and the thick one, the big boy, goes on the passenger side right here, this guy. So that's what we did. So this is the passenger side, driver's side, obviously because the hoses are on the driver's side. And then what we're doing now is putting our new bushings on. This bushing is a triangle bushing. Andrew just put it on. Basically, this was non-existent on my old rack. It was not within the brackets. It was non-existent.
Nothing there.
There's nothing there. So, and the other one I showed you guys, it's this, and it was shot. I forgot where I threw it, but whatever. So, the energy suspension bushing kit comes with two. So one is for like a thicker rack and one's for like a thinner rack. And like Andrew was saying, it's probably because like due to high kiss or whatever, like it depends on whatever the racks are. So we're just gonna test fit it right now because I'm pretty sure it goes right here. So we're gonna see which one fits nice and tight. That one's got an opening, and then see this one, see how that one fits on it.
It goes all the way around.
All the way around. Yeah. So that's the one that we need to use. Alrighty, guys. So Andrew basically just did the hardest part of the whole entire process, and it was actually getting, so the triangle bushing, the actual part that clamps down to the subframe, the bracket, that was the hardest part to get through because there's like a cup, if you can see, there's like that hard line right there. We had to bend up a little bit with the flathead because we couldn't get the actual bracket in through there. But once we bent it up, he had to play with the bushing a little bit, but he was able to get it in, and everything's bolted in now. So now we just got to suck back up the subframe. Then we'll put our engine mount bolts back on. And then from there, we'll just tighten everything up and let everything down. So once we tighten up the subframe bolts, we'll let the motor down. Alrighty, guys, so the job's done. Andrew's all washed up. I'm not yet, but it was, I say, all said and done, it was probably took about 3.5 to 4.5 hours, depending. Like towards the end, I started really just taking my time, just hanging out, like going through Instagram, whatever. But yeah, everything's bolted up, everything's ready to go. I'm not putting the wheels back on because I got new tires that I'm actually gonna be bringing back home, so I'm getting tire swapped. But yeah, I mean, she's good to go, super easy. The only thing that we really ran into was that like bracket for the last thing, but. Besides that, honestly, it was just real simple. Just follow the steps that I showed you guys. You barely even have to jack up the motor at all. And yeah, like I said, just drop the subframe. You didn't even have to drop it all the way off. You could have just left it like right towards the end of the threads, and it was pretty simple, pretty easy. But yeah, so hopefully you guys like this. I tried to make it as simple as possible so you guys don't have to like, go in the archives and dig around, because that's what I did, because I was freaking out. I was like, there's no write-ups. There was like one video on YouTube that I could barely even watch because I was like, I don't even know where this kid started at, like whatever. But yeah, so I mean, I'm pretty much good to go. I'm reaching for 3,000 subscribers. So if you guys haven't subscribed yet, subscribe, leave a like, leave a comment down below. We have a huge giveaway coming out for you guys. So I'm so pumped about it. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.